Hey guys, welcome to another video of my NFL picks of the 2022 NFL season. This week we will be going over week 8. There are first Thursday night we'll have the Ravens and Bucks. I think the Ravens will squeak out the victory over the horrendous Buccaneers offense. I think Buccaneers are playing horrible football right now. I think Brady's got a lot of stuff on his plate. I think that is also part of the reason he's not playing well. Um, and I think the Ravens are just a better all-around team. So I think the Buccaneers will lose their third straight game. Next up, you have the Broncos versus Jaguars. That's a game in London. I think the Jags will win this game over the Broncos just because Broncos are really inconsistent and the Jaguars are a pretty sneaky team this year. So I have the Jaguars winning that one. Next up, Panthers Falcons. These two teams are on the bottom of the NFC South. I think the Falcons will win this one. Get back to 500 on the season. Panthers played really well last week, but I think the Falcons will get behind their home crowd and come out victorious in this one. Next up, Bears versus Cowboys. I think the Cowboys will win a defensive battle at home over the Bears. Also, I just think that Cowboys have a really good defense, likewise the Bears, but the Bears have just traded Robert Quinn to the Philadelphia Eagles. A big defensive key right there. I also because the Cowboys will be without their star running back Ezekiel Elliott due to injury. So I think that the Cowboys come out on top at home in a low scoring battle. Next up, Dolphins versus Lions. Dolphins at the Lions indoors. I think the Dolphins will win on the road in a pretty high scoring game. Because Tua Tagovailoa is back. He played really well last week. I think the Lions are close, but just not there yet to being a winning team. I think the Dolphins have the better team, better defense, and will come out on top in this one. Next up, Cardinals versus Vikings. I think the Cardinals will upset Minnesota on the road. Both these teams have had a lengthy break. Vikings were on a bye week last week, but the Cardinals played in week 7, the Thursday night game. So I think Cardinals will sneak by the Vikings in this one and get back to 500 in the season. Next up, inter-league matchup between the Raiders and the Saints. I think the Saints will get back into the win column at home. Again, Cardinals had a lengthy break. The Saints had a lengthy break. So I think the Saints will come on top of this one. So at home in the Superdome. So Saints win that one. Next up, Patriots versus Jets. Patriots coming in off of a bad loss to the Chicago Bears. They don't know who's. I think they know who's starting quarterback, but there's still a lot of controversy over there in New England. I think the Jets are a good team this year, sneaky good. No one expected the Jets to be 5-2 right now. I think the Jets will soar over the Patriots at home this week to go to 6-2. Next up, a battle of Philadelphia or Pennsylvania. Steelers versus Eagles. I think the Eagles will remain undefeated at home with a win over the Steelers. I just think the Steelers coming off a bad Sunday night loss in Miami. I think it only gets harder with them going to play the best team in football right now, with the Eagles having the best record, undefeated, and on the road. That's a lot to ask for Kenny Pickett, the rookie. So I think the Eagles will come on top of that one. Next up, Titans versus Texans, an AFC South matchup. I think the Titans will continue their big win streak they're on right now and win on the road in Houston. So next up, Commanders versus Colts. Two interesting teams. Colts just benched Matt Ryan for the rest of the season. Sam Ehlinger is going to get the call for the first time in his NFL career. Taylor Heinicke's going to lead the Commanders out there after a nice win against Green Bay last week. I think the Commanders will bring a lot of momentum into this game and play with a lot of momentum and come out victorious over the Colts. And I think Commanders will win their third straight game in a row to get to 4-4. Next up, 49ers Rams. A big NFC West game. Rematch of the NFC Championship game of last year. I think the 49ers will get back into the win column and beat the Rams. I think the McCaffrey trade was nice for the 49ers. I think last week they only had 2 days to get him prepared for the new team. So I think McCaffrey you'll see a lot more of Christian McCaffrey this week, and he'll be a lot more dangerous this week for the 49ers. Next up, Giants for Seahawks. These are two teams that we would not have thought would have two teams with winning records at this time of the year. This is 325 game in Seattle. I think the red hot Seahawks will win this game in a battle of teams who have winning records. I mean, Giants squeaked out a game against Jacksonville last week by winning by a yard. So Seahawks dominated the Los Angeles Chargers last week. And the Seahawks are a really good team at home. I think I have to give this one to the Seahawks. And which means the Seahawks would keep their lead in the NFC West. Next up, Sunday Night Football. Buffalo Bills coming off their bye week. Red hot, want to keep rolling. Super Bowl favorite against Aaron Rodgers and the stumbling Packers. I think the Bills will plow through the Packers and roll to 6-1. I think the Bills win by 2 scores. In Buffalo, Packers looks like they're going to lose their 4th straight game, which isn't like Aaron Rodgers. That has never happened to Aaron Rodgers in his career. But I think the Bills roll over the Packers in this one. Next up, Monday Night Football between the whole big Ohio rivals, the Bengals and the Browns. I do think the game's in Cleveland, but I do think the Browns will come out on top. The Bengals will come out on top over the Browns. On Halloween, Joe Burrow right now is firing all cylinders. Meanwhile, Browns only have their run game, and it's hard to beat a team that's firing all cylinders with just a run game. The NFL has become more of a passing game than a run game, so I think the Bengals have the edge in that. They have the better quarterback in Joe Burrow over Jacoby Brissett, so I think the Bengals win yet again. But yeah, hey, this is thanks for this is my week 8 pick, so don't be afraid to let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.